Mad Max coming to you live from Closeout Bats. And today we're on episode 8 of Mad Max TV Roundtable Discussion. And I'm with my buddy Roy over here. And today we're doing a USA Baseball bat question only. We're going to do a complete overview of the whole USA bat lineup. So those tuning in right now, I'll keep repeating myself.
Is that every USA bat?
Every USA bat that is out currently right now. And we even have some insight on some bats that are being later released by Deemer and Louisville Slugger too. Cool. So you'll hear about 3 new bats that no one else even knows are coming out on the market. Guys, USA bat questions only. So a BB Corp fast pitch, unfortunately, I cannot answer today. I will get back to you in a reply format, all right? But let's go over some deal of the day stuff, all right? Completely unrelated to USA Baseball, we're going to be Slow Pitch Thursday, and we're going to be flipper crazy today. This one is going to be the USSSA flipper. It was $330. It's now going to be $180 on today's deal of the day. So this bat is going to be an alloy handle with a composite barrel. Sick, nasty bat, right?
What weights?
So in that bat, we're going to have 26, 27, and 28. This one is same type of bat, just different coloring to this one. White, and then same thing. Handle is going to be alloy, barrel's composite, same price.
What, U-Trip?
U-Trip as well. Then this one, this is the Deemer Flipper Aftermath OG. So this one is awesome for those ASA people. 52-300 ball is preferred with this bat. This one we only have a couple pieces left, and the weight we're going to only have is 28 ounce in that bat. So guys, that's going to be on sale, the ASA one for $200. All the other ones will be $180, the USSSA ones. So let's get to it as far as some giveaway time, all right? Guys, we have the Rawlings giveaway going on, which is on the homepage right now. So you've seen that, you've heard it. I've been beating that like a dead horse. You can win up to $500 worth of gear from Rawlings. So go to the website. I'm going to put up the link actually right now like I did yesterday. And you're going to fill out your name, your address, your phone number, your zip code, all that good stuff. And then boom, you're entered to win. November 22nd is the deadline to win $500 worth of stuff from Rawlings. Then, next, another giveaway. This goes live today, which I'll put up later today.
Where's that going to be, on the homepage?
On the homepage as well. The Victus Giveaway. So this is the Players Weekend bat, or better known as the Jose Altuve bat, like Roy said.
Altuve Special.
Jose Altuve Special. This bat is going to be 33-inch. This one was a $250 value. You can get it today. You can get it next week for free is the deadline on that one, all right? That's November 16th that ends that deal. All right? And then, before we get into the USA, I do have to remind everybody, it is Throwback Thursday, so look at Roy's sweatshirt. It's old Easton logo. That's Easton's logo like 4 logos ago, all right? Let's get to it, Roy, all right? So USA Baseball bat questions. And I see we have a decent amount of viewers actually this early in the morning, so I'm happy to see that. If anyone's out there, tell us where you're from, all right? I want to know. If we're West Coast, we're East Coast, we're out of the country, let's hear where you are from, guys, all right? And then
Indonesia.
And we did have somebody from there. Guys, let's talk about USA Baseball for a second, all right? Because that is a burning topic right now, right, Roy? So,
burning.
Yeah. So, Little League Baseball, Babe Ruth Baseball, Pony Baseball, Cal Ripken, AAU has changed, and Dixie Youth Baseball as well, has changed their rules for next year. So if you guys are tuning in right now and this is the first time you're hearing it, shame on your league for not ultimately telling you about this change because
I don't think there's anybody that doesn't.
Yeah, I think everybody out there knows already. So the change is coming January 1st, 2018 to mandatory. So if anyone's still playing right now, you could still use your old bat, but at least where we're from, in New Jersey, New York area, no one's really playing baseball at all.
Just ended.
Yeah, it just ended. It is very. It was cold yesterday. It's colder today, I think. 30 degrees or 40 degrees today. It's freezing out. But, so you need a USA Baseball bat. And what that means is it will now have a new stamp on the bat. So that new stamp, I'll show you guys here, will have the USA thumbprint right there. You'll see right there. It will say USA, and therefore it's legal. So it's not a material change. It's just ultimately an association change. So people that say USA is a material, USA is not a material. USA is the standard at which they now need to adhere to. Now, you're going to still have composite, you're still going to have aluminum, but the catch here on these bats are they will be big barrel, 90% of them. They're going to be 2 5/8 or 2.5. Deemer has one. There will be some other options, let's say more for the recreational bats, that are going to be 2 1/4. But let's get to it, all right? We're going to start with Easton, then we'll go into some Rawlings, and we'll split it up between Deemer, Louisville, and Axe, all right?
So I think, can you say that Easton has the lion's share of the product out there right now.
I mean,
they seem to be.
We could ultimately count here. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 different options from Easton. Now, it sounds worse than it is because Easton, let's describe it in this way. They have the Ghost, right? So Ghost, anytime you hear the word Ghost from Easton this year, it will be a composite barrel bat. Whether it's 2-piece composite or whether it's a 1-piece composite. So it makes it a little bit simpler. This is the Ghost X. This is the -5 one. It's going to be available in size 30, 31, and 32, and it's the -5, so it's more for that power hitter. This one would be more for that kid that's in 13U that, you know, wants a powerful bat or has to swing that -5 bat as long as it's USA approved bat. Now, Roy, also, would you also say maybe if the kid's a stronger 11 or 12-year-old, maybe he should swing a -5?
You know, depending on what physically he can handle, I think that a heavier bat would enhance his power, but you have to be able to physically swing it. If you can't, you're kidding yourself and you're only going to hurt your game. So I think that you have to find what fits you and obviously demo it. You know, obviously if you're local to us, come in. You could hit every bat free of charge and to make that determination, or if you're obviously not close to us, I'm sure there's some demo places that you can go to try them out.
We have any questions yet?
Latin Giants on Instagram says his son's 8 years old. He wants to know what bat you recommend for an 8-year-old.
Well, I would say, you know, Solo, Omaha, if you got the time, tune in this whole episode. We'll try to work quickly. We don't want to be here for 2 hours.
I think at 8 years old, the question becomes is if he's more of a rec player. You know, you're probably looking at the 2 1/4-inch diameter barrel bats that you'll see in a second. But if you're super gung-ho and into it, and he's super into it, and he's been playing for 2 or 3 years now, and he's a good player, and you want to step up and go into a better bat, yeah, like Max said, Solo, Ghost, Hyper Z, Hyper X, I mean. So
this is the -5, the Ghost X. Anytime you hear Ghost X from Easton, it's going to be composite handle with a composite barrel. So you can see on this -5 it will have the most sweet spot to it because it will have that biggest barrel to it. You're also going to have in the Ghost X, to make things simple, they're going to have a -8, right? So you're going to see a little bit less barrel on that. And we also have our rings here. So why don't we give a nice little ring test there? So you can see where that... So you'll see that -5 will also be a little
bit more surface.
But that's because it's heavier as well. So we'll take that off. And then probably the most popular one, the one that you'll probably see up in Williamsport this year, will be the Ghost X, the -10 bat right here. So this one is similar to what kids have swung before. Would you say, Roy, that's probably one of the better composite bats out?
Yeah, I think that, you know, if you're that kid that was swinging the Mako, you know, the transition is probably right into this bat. In a -10.
I would agree.
Somebody else was asking the price point on the Ghost X.
So Ghost X will retail for $349.95. All right, that is 2-piece composite. It's available in -10, 8, and 5. Now -10, if we wanted to talk about age, it's more for the kid last year that was swinging one of those Makos in the -11 or 12, or even the -10. Now the -8 and -5 are going to be the -5 is more for that 13U kid or the kid that's just simply, you know, bigger, stronger kid playing at a younger level. You need to know where your kid sits. Now, there's some Little League kids that are, you know, 5 foot, and they weigh, you know, 80 pounds, 100 pounds. You know, you're going to be -10. Now, there's kids that are 5'5", and they weigh 160. You know, then, hey, we should push it and maybe go to that -5 or -8.
Joe on Facebook says, does this bat standard affect rec ball, or is it just restricted to travel and select ball?
This affects anyone that's playing Little League baseball. So Little League, capital L, this is who it would affect. Also a number of other leagues like Cal Ripken, Pony Baseball, Babe Ruth, Dixie Youth Baseball. Some of those leagues are also affected by it. We'll get into a bat that I think is, you know, that's similar to what Easton's always been about, though. The 2-piece composite bat. They've always been about that 2-piece composite bat. So this is no secret that they came out with a 2-piece composite USA bat.
2-piece composite and weight options.
Yeah, but this one to me is the most interesting one here. This is the Ghost X Hyperlight. Now, Ghost X, remember I said, is going to be composite barrel. This stays in line with that theory. This is a 1-piece all-composite bat, so it's one solid piece. It's not 2-piece, and it's also a composite bat. Now, price point on this bat is $280, so I do like that. And it's -11, so it's definitely for that kid that's the younger level that wants a composite bat, that swung a Mako last year. If you were swinging a 28-16 Mako last year, chances are that -10 or -8 or -5 will not work for you. The -11 might be your best bet.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You got somebody asking to do the ring test on the Ghost X Hyperlight and the Ghost X -10.
We will do that. That's a great idea. I'm not going to lie to you. I probably was not going to do that, so I appreciate that. If anyone wants to see any ring tests between any bats, as we explain it, mention that, because sometimes we'll forget, all right?
Just move the coffee. Is there coffee in there today?
There is coffee. Not hot coffee, cold coffee, even though it's like 40 degrees here. I see the viewers are good. I'm glad everybody is up nice and early to do this. Who is excited for this, right? And share this with your friends. People that do not know about these USA standards are very confused and not wanting to buy anything or just saying like, hey, we really don't know. Share this, because I bet you it will be beneficial to them. So this is the -10. Is that size right? Yeah, that's the right size, guys. That's no joke right there. I'm as shocked as you guys, actually.
A smidge.
But still. That might
like in the drop 11.
Yeah,
advantage goes to the -11.
Yeah, -11, honestly. I mean, 27-inch 2 in this bat. So for the kid that was coming straight from T-ball, and he's a powerful kid, and he's really into it and loves baseball and wants one of those composite bats, check out that one. I think for holiday, this might be the best-selling bat. I'm going to call it right now.
So Jeremy on Facebook says, so if the USA standard will allow composite, what's the difference between the Ghost X versus the 2018 Deemerini Zen? I don't understand what the big change is. Is it just a money fight between the organizations?
No. I mean, ultimately, it's the standard change. So, the USA standard is, all these bats need to adhere to the USA standard, and that USA standard is much more difficult to pass than, say, the USSSA standard. The USSSA standard, not to say it's easier to pass, but bats, those bats are going to perform a little bit better. So therefore, the standard is a little bit easier to pass. The USA thing, that's why you're not seeing a lot of -11s, or that's why you're seeing no -12s in the big barrel bats. The lighter weight is very difficult to pass in these USA bats. When you go very light, the ball comes off a little too hard on these USA bats, so therefore they could not get any big barrel bats in the -12. -11 is the lightest bat.
Bottom line is if you want to drop 12 or have to have a drop 12 because that's what physically you can handle, you're buying a 2¼ inch diameter barrel.
Good question, but not a money fight. Ultimately, this is a new change. We went through it in BB Core a couple of years ago, so we are used to this. Then we'll move into Easton's aluminum barrel bats. So we're going to have the Beast. So people that were confused last year and said the Beast is a composite bat, right? So we know the Mako Beast from last year. Beast is now aluminum barrel bat. Strictly aluminum. So anytime you hear the word Easton Beast from 2018, it will be aluminum barrel. Now this one to me is one of the more powerful bats from Easton. It's going to take a kid that's a little bit stronger on that youth level. This is their hybrid one. This one is composite handle with the aluminum barrel. This one replaces bats like the S2 from a couple of years ago, or obviously just strictly the S2 has been their hybrid bat for the last couple of years. Very powerful. It is only available in one drop length to weight. It is only available in drop 10. What do you think about this bat?
I like it.
So this one is going to retail for $260. So you have. Let's take a look between the composites, right? No one mentioned it, but I'll do it anyway. Let's see what you get when you spend $350 on a bat versus obviously $260. Let's see as far as that barrel size goes, right? So that's kind of,
huge difference. Huge.
So that's where people say, when people say, why is the composite more expensive? Why is it? It's not just this. It's a little bit more detailed, but this is one of the main reasons. With composite, you could stretch that barrel out and obviously get more barrel than the aluminum ones. You're very limited, but with aluminum you could also put the connection piece on, but that's what you get. So I just
way more
want people to know that this is very real. This is a difference that you could see with your eyes. It's not just somebody telling you the composite's better, the composite's better. This is one of the reasons why some kids will like the composite. It's a little bit more forgiving. You could hit it down here versus here. You're getting more of that sweet spot. So,
but I think that the issue becomes will the metal head composite handle swing a little bit easier because of the way that the shape of the barrel.
Yes, yeah. Well, I will say this, we saw it in BB Core, and I think you could agree. BB Core definitely closed the gap between composite and aluminum. They've made the composite and aluminum not the same level, but a lot of kids like the aluminum bats nowadays. Where before BSR Composite was the it bat, you had to have that technology.
Somebody asked what the -5 Ghost USA bat costs.
So the Ghost -5 bat is going to be $350, $349.95. All right. All right. Let's move into the aluminum bats, guys. So what we're going to have, like I said, Beast is going to be one-piece all aluminum bat. This one is the -5. So again, for the kid that's playing in that 7th grade, 13U, that needs to only swing that -5 bat that year, this would be the bat right here. And price-wise, a little bit more affordable than that Composite. So this one is going to retail for $199.95. Great bat. I just think old, reliable, durable. This replaces bats like the XL3 from a couple of years ago from Easton. Awesome bat. It is upgraded aluminum in this bat, as well as the Ghost X does have upgraded composite. And I think that's something to mention too. It's not like Easton took old composite and put it into these new bats. They're putting newer composite in these bats and newer aluminum in these bats. So that's something to kind of harp on as well.
So Thomas from Instagram said, which will be better for USA, Beast X or Ghost X?
I'd say what type of hitter he is. You know, we've talked about it. Is he used to that Mako feel? I mean, to me, if he's a younger kid, I look for that -11. If he's one of the older, stronger kids, maybe the -8 in the Beast that I'm about ready to get up to right now. But I would say ultimately know what type of hitter he is. He's obviously swung bats before. If he's liking the composite field, then you're going to be with that Ghost. This one is the -8 Beast. So you're going to see, obviously, this one will be, as far as the barrel goes, we'll do a barrel ring comparison. I think that's key to note. This is the -5, and then this is the -8. So to me, that's also, what do you think about that? Pretty interesting, right?
Very.
So interesting that the -8 barrel will obviously be a little bit thicker here than the -5. Same type of aluminum in these bats. -8 will be, again, for that kid that's kind of in between. He's in, 5th, 6th, and he's, stronger and can ultimately kind of more mash the ball. Then you want to go a little bit heavier. You might find him in the -5 or -8. Then, guys, we will go into this -10. This is the Beast -10. So this will directly compete with the Ghost X in the -10. This is, again, more for the kid that's coming from that small barrel bat that, like most kids, lighter weight bat, something a little bit more balanced. This will give you that. This is going to be the overall probably most popular aluminum bat from Easton this year, right?
Good price point.
You're getting a lot of questions off topic, so I don't know if you want to kind of get into that.
So guys that are asking a lot of questions off topic, I apologize today. We're doing a USA bat discussion only. If we do have time towards the end, we kind of power through all these USA bats. We will get to your questions. I apologize. We will get to your questions no matter what. We will get, obviously, I'll reply to them just in an email format here. I'll just reply to them. Or tune in tomorrow, and we're going to be doing a show, just a normal show talking equipment and whatnot. But today's USA bat only. People came up with the idea, and we took to it. So USA bat only today. I'll mention that a couple more times, but USA bat only. So then we go into the Beast Hyperlight. So this one is one of the only high-performing aluminum bats that Easton has that is small barrel bat. This is really the only small barrel bat that is a high-performing small barrel bat.
Small barrel 2 1/4.
This one retails for $160. Like this bat a lot because it comes in smaller sizes, 27, 28, 29, and 30, obviously. But 27, this is more for that kid, again, that is coming from that T-ball level. This would be good for him.
So Chino on Instagram says the Ghost X -8 versus the Axe Bat Elite -5. People say that the Axe feels lighter. Can you comment on that?
Yeah. So the Axe, because of the handle, because of the shape of that end cap, will always swing a little bit lighter. I've had people swing their -8 bats and think they swing like a -10. I picked up the -5 and even said this feels light. So totally agree with what Chino's saying. Then we move into some of the Easton, let's say more affordable bats would be a nice way to put it. How would you put it?
I would call them rec bats. I would not
bats,
call them the travel club player type bats. I would say that these are good bats. Far from not top of the line, obviously, but very reasonable. Affordable.
You might find these if you go down to the field and your coach has the league bought some bats. You might find these bats in the bag, right? You would agree with that?
I'd agree with that.
So this is the Easton 650 one-piece all aluminum bat. It's going to come in 2 drop to length weight ratios. You're going to have a -9, and you're going to also have a -5. -5 again is more for that 7th grader or that stronger kid. -9 again will be also for that stronger kid. Now, these two bats are going to be big barrels, so they're 2 5/8, sticking in line with what most of the USA bats are, being 2 5/8. Next, we will have the last big barrel bat from Easton. We will have the 450, all right? So 450 is going to be a -8. It's a one-piece all-aluminum bat. And what do you think? Do you think just more of that recreational type bat than anything else?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so more recreational. Something like this is going to retail for $59.95. So that's good. Then we move into, again, those small barrel bats. We're going to have the 450. I thought I was going to knock them all over, didn't you? That was going to be bad. That would have been the first show.
Domino
We would
effect.
have canceled it. You guys would have laughed. 450 -12. This one's going to be $69.95. So again, if you like that small barrel bat, which I've had some kids say, well, I only want to swing my small barrel bat that I swung before, this would be your bat right here. Then we're going to also have this one, the 350. This is a -11 length to weight ratio. This one's going to be $55, $54.95.
These bats are for kids just starting their baseball career.
This is a 250. This one's a -10. This is $44.95. And then last, certainly not least, we're going to have the 150. Great job on the colorway, though, from Easton on these, I guess you could say, more affordable bats. This one's $34.95. It's a -10, all right? So that's Easton's line of bats, all right? That's Easton. Do we have any questions coming in?
Just off topic.
Okay, all right.
Nothing USA.
I don't think that there's anything new on the horizon.
Yeah, from Easton, there is nothing new on the horizon as far as USA bats, as far as we know. Now, if something was to come out, we apologize, but for right now, I know that there's nothing new. That's a really good point, because some of the manufacturers we're going to talk about are going to have some new bats, all right?
Right.
So, guys, not to mention it again, if you've been tuning in and you're like, oh, I really hope they answer my question. Unfortunately, we're doing a USA bat topic only. Now, we're through Easton. If we get through Rawlings in the next 5 or 10 minutes, we could pretty much power through, and maybe we can get to some of those questions today. But USA bat topic only, all right? So then we move into Rawlings, who was the second manufacturer. Actually, Easton and Rawlings came out with their bats at the same time. Now, to give a background on Rawlings, very impressed with Rawlings in their BB Core lineup. And a couple of years ago, they made a change in high school from BSR to BB Core, and that's what put Rawlings on the map ultimately.
Yep.
They were able to really take advantage of that standard change and really make a name for themselves in that standard.
They're on the move.
So now that they're USA, I look for them to benefit the most as far as out of these manufacturers. Let's get to it. This one right here is going to be the Quatro, their composite bat. 4-piece technology, why it's called the Quatro. Inner wall inside here. Obviously going to have that Quatro collar to it. USA approved. Composite. So this is one of the only other composite bats out right now, currently on the market in that USA baseball bat. So what do you think of the Quatro? Like it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's look, because I'm sure that might be a question down the road. Quatro versus the Ghost X as far as barrel comparison.
Both 10 drops?
Both 10 drops, both composites. Let's see.
You might be able to answer this question too in the same system or whatever. Heather says, she says, my son's 11U. He loves the Mako Torque 31 -10.
Yeah.
What's something that's compatible for him to move to?
Well, that's actually a really good question. I would say these two bats right here, the Ghost X -10 or the Quatro -10, both 2-piece composite. The Quatro's 4-piece, but ultimately same type of barrel. You're talking composite barrel, and that's what you're looking for. That enlarged sweet spot with that nice swing weight to it. This is where you would be.
But of course, he was swinging the torque, so there is no torque.
There is no torque in this USA line. Then we move into Rawlings' second line of bats. We're going to have the Velo. So the Velo is one of their best aluminum bats. The Velo is going to stand for velocity, so it's the quickest bat through the zone. They make no secret of that. Across the board, each bat that they come out with in the Velo is such a light swinging bat. So I look for the USA bats. The USA bats are to be the same exact as those other ones. This one is going to be the -5. So this is, again, good for that 7th grader. Then you're going to have the -10, which is more for that younger kid. Now, why don't we kind of see, obviously, barrel differences? I think that's key to see on the -5 and the -10. So that's what you're going to kind of see. You're going to see some of that. The sweet spot, on the Velo is not to be, let's say, desired, I guess you could say. You're going to get more out of that composite one.
Yeah.
So Ryan on Facebook says, best bat for a 9-year-old, 4'4", about 65 pounds, thinking about the Easton Ghost X -11.
Totally like it. I think we saw the Ghost X also, as far as sweet spot goes, the biggest in Easton's line,
Yeah, I think at 65 pounds, probably that is the go-to bat for him. I think the 10 drop is out of the question.
Yeah.
What Raul's on Instagram says, what bat is hot in the USA -5?
Ghost X. Ghost X seems to be pretty good. You know, the Axe Elite, Axe is gaining a lot of steam. A lot of people liking that bat because of the way it swings. So I would probably look at one of those two, that the Axe or the Easton Ghost X. So then we move into Rawlings' line of bats, the 5150. Now the 5150 versus the Velo, the difference is going to be that the 5150 does not have that composite end cap to it. So 5150 is going to come in 3 length to weight drops. You're going to have a -5, you're going to have a -10, and you're going to have a -11. I think it's also key to note that what the length to weight drop is. Some people might say, what on earth are you talking about, Max? So length to weight is the drop on the bat. So this bat is going to be the -5. Now how I get that number is I take 31 inches and I minus that from 26 ounces and I get 5, the difference between those numbers. Now what that means in the grand scheme of things, the higher the number, the lighter the bat. The lower the number, the heavier the bat. So this one is -5, again, good for that 7th grader. That's who would use something like this.
So JR on Facebook says, 8-year-old, played a couple of seasons, now moving into first season of kid pitch from coach pitch. He's a consistent batter, but not a power hitter. What do you recommend?
So I would probably be looking at like the Solo from Louisville Slugger. I might look at the Ghost X -11. I would look at that -11. I'm going to be talking about the 5150 and -11 in a second. But I look at those 3 -11s, and I look at those 3 -11s to be the most popular this year as well.
They have been so far.
So far those have been the best selling bats, the -11. Just from where kids were coming from, they're all used to a light swinging bat. That seems to be where people are going.
Yeah, so far the past 60 days, 100% that is where the business has been.
Yes. All right. So we have a -10 in the 5150. So this one, length to weight, -10, 31 inches, 21 ounces. That's how we get that number. One piece all aluminum bat.
Robert on Facebook says, best bat for my son, 10 years old, 120 pounds, swung the 5150 last year, 30-inch, 20-ounce. Is that good for him?
Yeah, I mean,
he's a bigger
he
kid.
sounds bigger, so I would look at that -10. I would probably look at that aluminum bat because he'll probably get a little bit more out of it. He probably can handle it, and actually, you know, the composite, the -11 might be a little too light for him in the composite or the Solo. So maybe go 5150, or maybe go Beast X from Easton as well, or maybe even go Velo, or Deemer has 2 really good aluminum bats that we'll cover later on. So I would look at those 3 bats.
And Carlos on Facebook says, is Deemer releasing any USA bats?
They are. They have 3 out right now, and then special announcement towards the very end of the show about one that I think is going to be very special this year. Then we have last, the 5150 -11. So far, we've sold out of this bat in almost every size. We have 31 left, 1 piece right here. But this bat has been best-selling bat. I think price has something to do with that, too. It's the 5150, I should mention, Quatro is $300, Velo is $200, and then 5150 is $100. Right. So affordable, decent performance you're seeing out of it. Barrel size.
It's definitely the step up out of the lower end of things.
It's the kid that's playing travel for maybe first or second time, right? First time travel or second time travel kids. You know, I wouldn't.
Speaking of travel, Lewis says, do you think these new rules will eventually affect the travel ball players?
Well, we shall see. I would say right now, if you're playing USSSA, you can use a USSSA bat. So until they say USSSA has announced that we are not switching to this, I think ultimately they'll see the growth. You know, and USSSA will know in 2 to 3 years if people are just not getting USSSA bats and they're just using their USA bats and USSSA.
Buy a U-Trip bat if you're allowed to use a U-Trip bat versus buying that, oh, let me go buy a USA bat because I think that may be the better way to go because there may be a change down the road. You're at a disadvantage because those U-Trip bats will outperform that bat.
Yes, yeah.
And how true? Chino says, how true is it that cold weather can affect the performance on a composite bat? If so, is there a science as to what temperature that would take place in?
Yeah, I would say 45 degrees and under would be the temperature that you would not want to use that bat. Yeah.
If you don't want to be there to watch your kid play and you want to sit in the car with the heat on, probably it's not a good time to use that composite bat.
Yes, totally. So this is the next bat from Rawlings. Now this is going to be more for that recreational kid, right, Roy? You would agree?
Sure.
So this is what we would call the Raptor. This is a -8, so it's a little bit heavier. Now this bat is going to be $59.95. So totally in that recreational thing. Now, I didn't mention any T-ball bats because T-ball bats are grandfathered in. Those are the only bats that are grandfathered in. Some people might ask right now in the segment, what can I use my old bat? You cannot use your old bat unless it's a T-ball bat. So those are the only bats being grandfathered in. This one I brought out because most of the T-ball bats are the same thing. They're just a T-ball bat, smaller bat. But this one's one of the only ones that are going to be a big barrel bat. So if your young kid has an older brother or an older cousin and has seen them using now these big barrel bats and he wants a big barrel bat, this one would make sense. To me, this is one of the coolest T-ball bats out there. That's why I pulled it, the Quatro. It's not cheap, let's say that, for a T-ball. It's $49.95. So now, guys, anyone that's tuning in on this show right now and watching this and saying, they're not answering my question, this guy's ignoring me. We're not ignoring you. This is a USA bat conversation only. So we power through all these other ones right here. We're now moving into just what's here left. This could take 10 minutes. This could take 30 minutes if people are going to start asking a lot of USA bat questions. But this is strictly USA bat question only. We will try to get to your questions, whether in this video or I will reply to each and every one of you, all right?
Right. So far, we've only done Easton, Rawlins.
Now, Louisville or Deemer, who would you like to do next? I was going to wing it, to be honest with you.
Whatever's closest to you.
So let's do Louisville Slugger, because I think they're kind of, right now, have some good models out. Now, Louisville Slugger, these are the two bats that are out currently right now. Now, that's to say that more are going to come out. We are going to have the Solo 618. This is the lightest swinging bat for USA. This has so far been clear the favorite as far as USA bats go. A very affordable bat being 180, so it's not going to be 280 or 300, 180. Minus 11, it comes in size 28, so any kid that was swinging a smaller size, this will make sense. Composite end cap is what gives...
I think also, though, that they are showing a 27, and people have shown 27 on their websites. It is not available in 27.
It's not available in 27, actually. They have the catalog out right here. They do not make them in 27, so that's, yeah. We only show 28. Now, the Omaha, this one is a minus 10, so swings a little bit heavier than, say, the minus 11 Solo. You can kind of feel it in your hand. Now, if you say, I want balance, I need bat speed, Solo's your bat. It's so light. Now, Omaha, a little bit heavier, but graphically looks cool, right? Yeah. And now this bat comes in a bunch of sizes, 27 to 32. So this would be your 27 right here. Very affordable, too, being that it's $99.95. So as far as price point goes, it completely competes with that $51.50.
Somebody wants you to do the, Brandon wants you to do the ring test on the Solo versus the Hyperlight.
That's a really good question. There you go. All right. Don't knock anything over. Size-wise, yeah, size-wise, I think.
What size you need?
Let me get a 31. Yeah, 31. Let's give the cameraman a shout-out, guys, for his handiwork there, all right?
Quick as a cat.
Yeah, everybody give him a shout-out. Say, thanks, cameraman. Woo! That's what you get. That's what the Composite will give you, ultimately, all right? So
that's what you get.
So now I have an announcement for two bats that are coming out from Louisville Slugger. They are coming in December 4th, so kind of, you're talking less than a month away. You're going to have the Select 718. So those people out there that know what the Select is.
Chrissy just asked that. She said Select 718. When's it coming out?
There you go, Chrissy. You got some inside info.
BJ McDermott kind of jumped on that. He said 12-4 launch date.
12-4. Okay, BJ McDermott. Thank you for your
go back
help.
to sleep.
Yeah, go back to sleep or feeding a baby. So minus 10 that bat's going to come in. It's going to come in size 29 to 32. All right. So no 28, no 27. Retail on that bat is going to be $300, $299.95, all right? Now, the 718 minus 5 also is going to come in 30 to 32, and that one's $300 as well. Now, that minus 5 is, again, more for that kid that's the older, stronger kid. Now, those are the two new bats coming out for Louisville Slugger. Let's get the Vapor there, too. We forgot to pull out that Vapor. I know that Vapor is a nice, affordable bat, actually. This one's actually probably, for rec, I would say my favorite recreational bat. When I tell you the price, you're going to probably drop, Roy. All right.
$59.95?
Yeah, $59.95. That's good that you knew that.
I did my homework.
Yep. So Vapor, graphically, looks awesome. I think that's really key on all the Louisville bats. They look really cool. As far as performance goes, the Solo's been proven. The Omaha's been proven. I'm sure the Select will be good. This one has been solid as far as the recreation.
What's the drop?
Minus 9, so a little bit heavier. It's going to come in 27 to 32. All right. So it's solid.
Most of the bats that are going to be at that price are going to be
I just want you guys to know that I'm declining some really good offers on Facebook here.
Oh, really?
I was offered $50 to knock over all the bats, and
By
I thought
PJ,
I really thought about it. No, it's from your Rawlings guy. Just throwing that out there. I thought about it, and I really was tempted to just walk over and kind of knock one over, but I decided not to. I didn't want to ruin the show.
So why don't we get?
You can be bought.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. If the number's high enough, I can
How
be
about
bought.
an invite
No doubt.
to the Rawlings dinner? Would he do it for that? I would do it for that. All right. So Voodoo, let's get into the Deemer bats. So Deemer, they have 4 bats out actually. 3 right now, and then the 4th one's coming very soon. So this one is going to be the Voodoo. This one is the USA, Voodoo USA. This is their 2-piece bat. It's going to be composite handle, aluminum barrel, a little bit more end weight to it, but less harsh on the hands for kids that want to swing something like this. Available in size 28 to 32. What do you think of this one?
Like it.
Price on this is $250. I like that one a lot. All right.
Price is going up for me to knock over these bats.
By who? By John?
They're up to $75. Somebody offers me $100, I'm knocking them all over. I'm just throwing you guys out there.
Now this one right here is the Deemer Voodoo. This is the Balance, the 1. This one, 1-piece all aluminum bat. This one's going to be 28 to 32, minus 10 drop as well. The price is going to be $150.
John Chadwick says, I may be late to the party, but does the Solo only come in 28?
No, the Solo comes in size 28 to 32. And anyone out there right now that's tuning in right now and they're going, hey, this dude's ignoring my questions. I'm asking fast questions. I've asked like 10 times, all right? So ultimately, we're doing a USA bat conversation only, all right? Nothing BB core, nothing. This is only Little League baseball, no fast pitch, anything like that. So we'll get to your questions hopefully later. If not, we will reply to each and every one of you. Next, we're going to have the Uprising. Now, from what I'm hearing from people at Deemer, they love this bat. They're very high on this bat. This bat is going to be a 2.5-inch barrel to it, so it's not 2 5/8.
It's still considered a big barrel.
So I don't even. To me, this bat right here, I'm not really seeing that it's 2 2.5. It doesn't even look that way. So
you guys want to let them know the Louisville rep that the Solo comes in 32 because
Yeah.
he said it comes 28 to 31.
Well, why don't you just show them on that? Why don't you just show them on that end right there? That is. Yep, there you go.
Hey,
That's
hey
the
BJ,
Solo.
you see that right there?
Yeah, tell 'em.
32
Go back
guy.
to sleep.
That's
32.
good.
You might want to go back to bed, bro.
Well, management's not watching.
Yeah. Good job. All right. Good job. So the Uprising, very evenly balanced. Price on this is key too. It's $100. So if you're looking for an affordable Deemer bat, which honestly, I mean, the last couple of years in Little League Baseball, Deemer, they've had the CF Zen, they've had the Voodoo, they've had high-priced bats. So this one, as far as Uprising, I like a lot. All right. What about you?
Not a fan.
Not a fan. Okay. Sorry, guys. Now, announcement from Deemer. People that are saying, where's their composite bat? Where's the CF Zen? CF Zen, launch date on that bat, right? I'm looking at it right here. Launch date is January 22nd. Now, hopefully it comes in earlier. And sizes are going to be 30, 31, and 32. It's a minus 10 bat. Composite, what we're all used to. Sweet looking bat. Sweet performance on that bat. Retail will be $299.95, all right?
I don't know if Seth on Facebook mistyped this, but he said, what's the price on the Solo 518?
So we'll answer both. So Solo 618 is going to be priced at $179.95, and then Omaha 518 will be $99.95. All right, that's these two bats right here. You're going to have this Solo, and then you're going to have, where's the Omaha at? Omaha right there. Boom, Omaha. All right. Then last, but certainly not least, right? Why don't we get into Axe? Axe has really surprised me. What about you, Roy?
Love Axe. Love the way it swings.
You love Axe.
Lightweight, evenly balanced. I think they're on the map.
I think a lot of people, though, as far as questions go, have had a lot of questions regarding the Axe bats. You know, that's
people. I tell you what. You know, last year, 18 months ago, 12 months ago, people Axe who what? Now Axe, they go, oh, I've heard of them. I've seen that. So people know it.
Yeah, people love Axe. So, like the name states, right? Each bat will be obviously have that Axe handle to it. This will be. They'll have different types of bats, and I've actually heard some rumblings that they might have some other bats coming out too. I might have heard a composite bat if it can get approved. Now their bats are going to be all big barrel as well, and their bats are going to be a little bit heavier. But note this on their bats: extremely light. This is a -5. To me, it almost feels like a -7. What's your takeaway on that?
Yeah.
So Joe on Facebook says, what's the delay on the Zen? I'm hearing they're having trouble meeting the USA standards. Is that going to be a concern?
No, so what the deal is with the Zen is that they just really wanted to get it right. So point is that this new USA standard is not mandatory until January 1st, obviously, of 2018. Now, in a perfect world, we have loved for them to come out with it in September and get a real good gauge on it. It would have been awesome, right? But I think to them get the product right was the most key. So if they came out with it in January, they came out with it in September. Not to say all these other bats that are out right now are lesser product than that bat, but if they came out with it in September, it might not have been right. It might have broken down. It might not have been a high-performing bat. It might not have been great. But right now, waiting until January kind of assures them that it will be all those things. And
Yeah,
they've
I
got
think it's
it right.
gonna, if they came out with a tank in September just to come
They
out
could
with
have
it,
easily came out
it
with a
would've
bat.
ruined- It would have ruined it.
It would have ruined the name CF Zen. They want to keep that Zen name
Every
very
CF
clean.
Zen is a kick-butt, high-performance bat. And if it wasn't going to be that, and they needed to retool and do some things, then they needed to do it, and that's the smarter thing to do.
Yep. Okay. So Axe Elite. This is their -5 bat. This one is going to be alloy barrel with the composite handle. Nice light swinging bat. It's going to obviously have that one-sided hitting to it, and this is going to retail. I got to actually check the retail on that one. I know it's not a 250 price. I think it's a little bit up. Do you know it off the top of your head?
That one I do not. I like the electric blue though.
Graphically, it looks cool. I mean, Axe just seems to be there. They just seem to really kind of be making a name for themselves. I think it really helps with the MLB exposure. All right. So this one's $274.95. You can see why I didn't know that price. That's kind of a weirder
Little
price.
hokey
Yeah,
price.
a little hokey. Then we're going to have the Axe Element. So the Axe Element uses Mantic alloy.
Did you mention that was a two-piece bat as well?
Yeah, that's a two-piece. The Axe Element, this will have Mantic alloy to it, all right? And this one will feature Hyper Whip end cap, one-piece all aluminum bat with the Axe handle, -8, but swings like a -10. Check that out. Feel that out, bro. I do actually have on the website a comment that I do want to read regarding this bat, all right? It says, the bat has a good feel to it. It swings lighter than the drop would suggest. My grandson went from a drop 10, 30-20 to the Axe Element 30-22 and said he felt no difference. I took a few swings, and now I'm looking for an Axe of my own. There you go.
So a 10 drop to an 8 drop, didn't feel it.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that Todd Cup?
No, that is from a grandpa that bought it for his grandson. So he's still playing, it seems, right? They make it in the wood as well, guys. Now,
Angie wants to know, is the Solo true to weight listed? I know some bats weigh more than the sticker says.
No, totally true. Totally, it might even be lighter. I mean, it feels so light. It feels like nothing in your hand. Now, this is the Axe Origin. This uses LP alloy. So people that are going to say Axe Origin and Axe Element, they are the same drop. They both feature a Hyper Whip end cap. What is the deal here? Why are they priced differently? It's the alloy in the bat. So in the Element, they're using a different type of aluminum than in this bat. But they're both drop 8. They're both USA approved. Now, this one, very, very affordable, obviously. This one is $129.95. So I like that.
Somebody wants a ring test on the Axe.
Okay, if we could see it, because I know they're not going to stand. Can we see it over here?
Here, let me hold. Let me hold them, man.
No, I think, oh, here, you hold it. There you go. Why don't we see the -5 too?
And then while you're on the Axe bats, Tom says, are there any concerns with Axe bats since you're always hitting on the same side of the bat? Does it break down faster?
No, great question. So engineering-wise, they don't have to spread out all that technology on all the sides. They just put everything they have into that one side, and then makes it a little bit more durable, a little bit high-performing, and really like the Axe. I don't think that's a concern. I mean, they do have an answer for that because but that's one of the selling points on it, that all the technology is on one side of the bat. It's not a counter argument. It's more of the selling point that all bats, you're hitting with on the same side. So that is your USA overview. Pretty much every bat out now except for 3, right? And then you might have one more from Axe. So I guess what we can do is, why don't we answer some other questions, right? I mean, why don't we go first? Oh, because it's Throwback Thursday, I just wanted to pull out one bat. You have that bat? So this bat, for those people out there that are tuning in for USA, this is not obviously adhere to you guys, so it's not a USA type deal, right? This right here is going to be the CF Zen. This one is the Zero Dark bat. They came out with this last year. We just got a tonnage of these in right now in 32 and 33, and very limited because it is a Throwback Thursday because it came out this time last year. Nice bat.
Hot looking.
Hot looking and hot performance. All right, let's get to some of those questions that we missed, all right?
See if I can go back here.
Yeah, you can get back and then...
I know there's a couple fast pitch questions.
Yeah.
Somebody talked about the Raptor. People are asking about slow pitch bats. Let's see. 918 Prime, best high school BB Core bat hands down. We'll be talking about fast pitch softball bats. Does he even sell fast pitch bats? I don't know if you want to get into that.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So people that were tuning in that are saying, hey, he's only talking about these USA bats. We carry softball bats. So this was a strictly USA bat topic only, but now we're kind of opening it up where we'll take some of the other questions and try to get back to some of the other questions out there on Facebook and Instagram. So if you have any questions, even if it is a USA bat question, ask it now so we can try to get to it. I see this middle school bat. Do you have to use USA bat or can you use U-Triple-C bat? You probably will need a BB Core baseball bat. I will check. I would say if I were you, I would check with that team and see what you will be able to use. I see something. Any thought on the mob bats, or do you not have those? We do not carry those. I believe they only sell direct, so that is something that we will not obviously have.
People have been asking about that.
Yeah, that has been something.
Kind of curious to see one.
One USA bat under $100. What should it be?
Say that again.
Somebody wants to know one USA bat under $100. What should it be?
5150 Omaha.
Yeah, 5150 Omaha. I think if you wanted to push it a little bit, I know you said under 100. Actually, under 100, I'm impressed with that Vapor.
Vapor, yeah.
Yeah, Vapor or Uprising probably.
I think ultimately, though, it's not going to have anything great as far as performance, but for a real beginner, I mean, that's really a cool bat.
Yeah, the Vapor, it looks cool. Yeah. And then the Uprising at 100 is pretty cool, actually, too.
Might be easier for you to kind of scroll back as far as questions, Max.
Can't actually see any.
What are your thoughts on the Moab bats?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. It's like on a delay here, but...
Do you have to use a USA bat in middle school, or can you still use a U-Trip minus 5? You answer that?
My son hits with an axe, crushing it after switching from Deemer. It's not the bat of the handle that makes it unique. It's the oblong shape of the handle that gets your knuckles in the correct position. That's most important. That's positive feedback on the axe bat, people. Somebody wrote straight performance under 100. It's the Omaha. I like that. As far as performance goes, I agree with that comment. I would say Omaha or Uprising. One of those two. I would say this ultimately, because the questions are going to, a lot of questions here. It's going to be difficult to answer all of them. So why don't we sign away? Why don't we? We'll answer them back, obviously in a format. But let's recap the show, right? All right. So recapping the show. Deal of the day today, right? Deal of the day is flipper crazy. We went flipper crazy. We're going to have the U-Triple-S flipper. This one, the white one, is going to be on sale for $180. It's composite barrel with the alloy handle. Then we're going to also have that same flipper, just in a different color. This one is also the same type of technology. Composite barrel with the aluminum handle. Then we're going to have the Flipper OG. This one is going to be the ASA one. Great performance out of this. Probably the best ASA bat out last year, and people are still looking for this one. Then we're going to do some giveaways, guys. We have a Rawlings giveaway, which we've been pumping, beating like a dead horse for the last couple of days. That's till November 22nd you have to join.
$500.
Yeah, $500. Not just in $500 that you can go buy like an Easton or Deemer or any bat, but $500 that you have to get something from Rawlings Sporting Goods. But who wouldn't want to get something from Rawlings Sporting Goods? So if you tuned in to hear this USA conversation and you said, oh, wow, I want that Quatro, join this contest, and maybe you can win $500 and get that bat.
Or you can kick in $7,000 and add the $500 to it and get the couch.
Or you can do that too. Next, we're going to have a giveaway from Victus. This is the Players Weekend bat. So remember back in August when players were putting their nicknames on the back of their jersey and using all those crazy gloves and bats? This one's from that weekend. It's a 33-inch. It's the H-Town Special. So it's going to be for the Houston Astros, who just won the World Series, if people forgot about that already. This one, $250 value. You're going to join, and you could win this one for free. Think about those gifts as Thanksgiving and obviously the holidays are coming up. To win free stuff is probably the best thing ever.
Collector's item.
And then, guys, remember, share this video so people can know about the USA bats. And remember, this holiday season, you could shop smart and save big bucks only at Closeout Bats.
Hold on, guys. John mocking that. What was this? $75. You didn't say all of them, John.
I thought it was 100.
No, he went up to 75, but there's one for you.